Hello, everyone. It's the Rockstar Hour today, a live call that we do every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Time. So today we're talking about the business tools that Remote Rockstars uses in our virtual work and in with our team, with our clients every day. I just really wanted to share some of the essentials that we cannot absolutely live without. And to be completely honest, a lot of virtual professionals are joining our community these days only because of the challenging times that we're all experiencing in the workplaces, and also because some of the corporate environments and some of the companies are actually switching to the virtual workspaces. And that brings a lot of people to a question: how do I set up my virtual office, right? So, what kinds of tools do I actually need to use? So, we will approach this conversation from the perspective of us actually delivering service to our clients. And if you're a virtual professional, most likely there is some type of like a service type of work that you're doing, or maybe if it's even a coaching program, maybe if it's some type of other online course or program that you deliver, there is still a little bit of like that service and that delivery aspect to it, which requires a certain business tool or software to be used for that to be automated or integrated or seamless. We will also talk a little bit on the administrative side, which is task and project management tools. And so right now is basically a really good time to dive into the virtual industry, into the virtual workspace, whatever types of skills that you have, whatever types of experience that you actually have from your professional career, from your corporate years, all of that is super invaluable these days to just really launch your virtual presence in and just to start offering those types of services. And maybe there is also something that you want to learn more about and to maybe discover some other skills, some new passions and hobbies that could potentially also be part of your virtual offering. So, diving into task and project management tools, I actually wanted to start with ClickUp, and we are absolute fans of ClickUp. This is a task management and a project management tool too, and it actually can replace even your CRM, a customer relationship management tool too, where you can keep track of your prospects, your leads. You can separate them into warm, cold, or maybe neutral. So some closed won or maybe closed lost leads. So you can actually build out a whole CRM system in ClickUp as well. And that potentially be part of your sales funnel or your pipeline. And then on a day to day, with all the tasks and projects that we manage for our internal operations and also for our clients, we actually separate everything very neatly and nicely into workspaces that are designated for each client. Then we have a workspace that is just devoted to Remote Rockstars, and that's all our internal operations. And then we have a few of the sub-level groups there that is maybe just a Remote Rockstars team and a lot of the beautiful information, some of the personal details about our team members, which is always nice to know. Like maybe someone likes dark chocolate cupcakes, something like this, right? So just little notes here and there where it again just creates a little bit more of that collaborative, warm, and cultural kind of experience within the company, and it just helps us to know a little bit more about each other. So that's just a little bit on the internal side. And then in the client spaces, would then separate all of the tasks into some of the major services that we actually offer our clients, like podcast management or administrative support, or it could be a launch management project, right? So then all of the tasks will go under that folder in their workspace. So it's a really neat and nice way of organizing all of your daily tasks with whatever way you want to look at it. Maybe you prefer a calendar view, right? So you open up your ClickUp, for instance, and all you see is just the calendar for the week or for the month, and then you see exactly what tasks need to be completed that day. So that is also an option. And I'm not even mentioning any of the recurring settings that you can definitely play with and set up for any of the repeated tasks or any of the repeated projects that come through either on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual, or maybe quarterly basis. So all of that can be a very nice and neat organization that will create, again, more discipline, right? Kind of like that solid background, that foundation, that nothing falls through the cracks. You know exactly where the things are, and you know exactly how to organize your day and what is coming for all of your clients. So you're being proactive, you're anticipating, and you know exactly what is happening, especially if you're looking at the calendar and then again anticipating of what needs to be acted on first, or maybe what needs to be assigned to your team member, or what other things that you need to follow up with your client on. So all of that is really nicely organized in ClickUp. And honestly, the opportunities of with the ways how you can set it up and the way how you can organize your workspaces are endless, in a sense that you can use that for maybe onboarding some of the new team members. If you're a business owner, you can create even a process like a workflow for that in ClickUp as well. Even if you have some assessments that you are giving some of your freelancers when you onboard them or when you interview candidates, right? Maybe if it's a copywriter, a little task for copywriting. If it's a virtual assistant, maybe it's a virtual assistant type of task. So you give those tests, you give those assessments, but you can keep track of all of that information nicely and neatly in ClickUp. I can basically talk about ClickUp forever. And another thing that I just wanted to mention before we go into some other tools that we use with Remote Rockstars is the Docs feature. So now ClickUp also offers you the opportunity to create and attach docs that are associated with the tasks, or just standalone docs that could be your standard operating procedures or some of the important notes that are pertaining to the task. For instance, if it's an email marketing campaign, you lay out all of the emails one by one that are attached to either of the subtasks for approval and review, or if it's just kind of like a nice and neat layout as a list of all the campaigns that are part of the launch. So all of that can be accomplished now with Docs, which is super handy because it keeps everything in one place. So another tool that I definitely wanted to touch on when it comes to the project management, and actually the workflow and maybe some of the task management features too is Dapsado. And we love Dapsado because that's exactly what we use for a lot of the onboarding and offboarding workflows with our clients, only because there are a lot of automated features there. When one step is complete in the onboarding process, then another one can kick in at a specific timing, or there are several conditions that you can actually place in there when that next email or when that next step kicks in after the first one is complete. That works very nicely with follow-ups, and that again could be part of your CRM or the sales pipeline journey with your clients. And you can definitely manage your leads in Dapsado aside from already working with onboarded clients. The fact that it has a client portal is also a very nice feature because that allows any of the documents that are signed in Dapsado, like the contracts, maybe any of the program documents that are shared as part of the coaching program or as part of the online course. Every client that goes through Dapsado then has access to that client portal where they can see all of those documents neatly stored, especially when it comes to invoices. The receipts and the copies of those invoices are always put into their client portal if you activate it and enable access for your client. And again, it's just a very nice way for them to have access to those important documents and those materials. And again, that eliminates creating any other client folder that you might be thinking about when Dapsado already has that client portal. How nice is that? But basically, automating as much of your daily routine and process as possible. And with Dapsado, automating those workflows works really nicely, right? Because then you do not have to think about that whole pipeline. Okay, so you put in the information about the client into Dapsado, and then it takes your client on a journey where everything is actually already pre-made, where the templates that are sent in the emails have already been verified, personalized by you. So it makes it just very easy, and it's a really nice red type of carpet, right? Red carpet and personalized experience for all of your clients, where you are actually in charge. And again, nothing falls through the cracks because the system works very nicely. Some other things that we use on the project management or task management side is definitely Toggle, and we use Toggle for reporting our time that we worked on all of the projects and tasks for our clients, and for updating and integrating actually Toggle for time tracking with ClickUp. So it's a very nice and seamless integration where we just click a button and the task automatically goes from ClickUp to Toggle, and it creates a record for each client respectively. And then we, just as easy as that, we pull up the time report based on the specific period of the dates that we need to run the report on. And it just generates a beautiful report, even with a pie chart that has a distribution of the different sections of the services that we provided. And at that point, we always actually invite our client to review those toggle reports and to let us know, well, Oksana, I see that last week we focused a lot of our time and effort on email marketing. How about we focus on social media next week? Perfect feedback. We'll definitely take that and implement that, and we'll make sure that we are always on the same page when it comes to task management and with our clients knowing exactly where their time is going. Another thing that I wanted to mention here before we go into the service delivery set of tools is Zoom. And we all know that we all live in Zoom these days. And it's so funny because earlier this year, when a lot of people started flocking to Zoom, that was around March and April, when a lot of people were trying to figure out how to work backgrounds and how to make sure that the recording is enabled, or there is a feature of the waiting room, and then there were breakout rooms. We've already lived in by that time in Zoom for so long that it's just kind of like a given for us to, even maybe with the closed eyes, navigating basically the software and everything that works in there and all the settings. So it's nice that we have more people who are now taking advantage of this video conferencing tool because it is amazing. And there are so many great features about it. And now that they introduce this enhanced security with the passcodes, no more bombing on any of those video Zoom calls and strangers entering the calls where they're not supposed to be. So all good there. And along those lines, when it comes to that interface and that communication, not only through video, but also just within just the regular messages, Slack is a really great tool that we definitely use on a daily with our team, creating different channels, having one-on-one conversations, and then posting company announcements in our general channel, and definitely keeping in touch with each other. And then posting announcements about the payday at Remote Rockstars. So all of those little details that help us to stay connected, maybe sometimes cheering each other on when something specific happened, when there was an amazing success with the task, or a successful launch that we definitely wanted to share with everyone. So all of that goes into Slack, and it again creates a little bit tighter and more authentic connection between all of us, because we never know ultimately what is happening in all of our offline spaces. We only have a very short and just kind of like very tight sneak peek into our worlds when we use Zoom or Slack. So it's nice to just keep that connection going. So another thing that I wanted to mention, and that would probably go under the service delivery tools actually, that would be Google products. We again love Google. We live in Google, and everything that has to do with the inbox management to Google Drive and organization, some of the other tools like Streak, a couple of other like management and Chrome extension and tools like One Tab. Definitely all of those are absolutely amazing for keeping your computer storage not so overwhelmed with all of the tabs that are open, like for One Tab, right? Or the organization of the documents is always nice. And again, there's a discipline to that as far as like how to systematize your Google Drive. And we have a system that we implement with every client that we onboard. And then also keeping your inbox at zero, that is absolutely essential. And I'm not even talking about the way how we can organize the inbox, right? From important to unread to something that is again like has a different label to act on and to do's. So all of that is absolutely fabulous. We love Gmail, and we use Google with most of our clients if they use that system, and internally obviously exchanging documents and then collaborating on the documents. All of that is makes it really like our life really easy. That simplicity in our business life, be it on the operational side, internal Remote Rockstars, or with our clients, we definitely love that. The next thing that I wanted to mention here, actually on the delivery tool side, is definitely Dropbox. I mean, if Google Drive is just not enough for your storage, Dropbox is a great solution, provides a very nice discipline and organization as far as like how you store in the documents, and a good opportunity there again to exercise and maybe practice on your system on how you want to keep your documents organized and grouped. And then another thing that I wanted to mention here is Canva, and that is that definitely goes along the lines with social media and some of the posting tools, the scheduling tools that we love. Aside from Facebook Creator Studio, styled Stock Society is a really great membership program for all of the stock photos, templates, anything that is actually just plug and play for Canva. So beautiful and really nicely done and created, just basically done for you, right? So you just grab it, plug it into your Canva, and then update maybe with your branding, and you're good to go. And I have to say that Facebook Creator Studio at the in the beginning, maybe a couple months ago, there were definitely some hiccups there with posting. I felt like with the Instagram posts, sometimes there was just extra spacing in between the paragraphs, or sometimes the text would come up summed up all together, lumped all together. But right now, I'm noticing that it feels like they have figured things out, and everything that comes out and being posted is actually pretty nice, and that eliminates any other third party tool that we might need or even need to pay for scheduling. So I actually really like that because, again, it just plays into your algorithm, it improves your stats and your insights. And just why not to use the native tool? Maybe, right, like some other apps like Tailwind, I definitely love their hashtag feature, that how it prompts all the hashtags based on the text that you're posting. That's amazing. And at the same time, if you already have your verified sets and research sets of hashtags, that just might not be as necessary for you. So the Creator Studio might be the way to go. We definitely cannot live without Kajabi. That's another tool that we use on the daily with our clients and internally at Remote Rockstars for email campaigns, for landing pages, for website creation, sales actually, and the checkout pages. And then not even to mention the whole portal for the online course creation, right? And the program launches. And now Kajabi Community is a really good rival to Facebook as well, where it has all of the features that Facebook communities and the groups offer. How awesome is that, when you can keep, again, everything in one place and just so many featured offered in one platform. I know it's more on the premium side when it comes to pricing. And at the same time, when you can eliminate using a few different tools and programs, and when you can keep everything in one place, that just helps with the simplicity of running the business internally. You just kind of like have everything in one place, so you can just simply log into Kajabi. You have your sales record, you have your stats about the email campaigns, you have the information about the members in your membership community or your online courses. All of that is in one place, and that again simplifies our life, and we just absolutely love it. So I feel like that's basically all of the main tools that we use at Remote Rockstars and the tools that we use with our clients. I would love to hear from you guys what you love to use for time tracking, for task management, even if it's just a simple spreadsheet. Let me know, because who knows, there are always maybe better ways to do things, and we are always looking for to improve our operations, maybe internally, or maybe some of the services that we offer or the organizational tasks that we do for our clients could be potentially improved or automated. Maybe some other new discoveries that you recently made when it comes to course platforms, or maybe any of the online course programs that you love and you just, you swear by. Please share them in comments down below. Anything that comes to do that has to do with the administrative portion and maybe the service delivery portion, the delivery of any of your products and services and offerings that you launch. We would love to hear from you and to have your feedback on this. We'll keep in touch. Next week, we'll meet again on Wednesday at our Rockstar Hour Live.